Every single night, your brain does something remarkable, something more vital to your long-term health than you might ever have imagined. While you are asleep, it takes out the trash. It's an elegant, powerful built-in cleaning service that clears away the toxins and waste products that build up during your waking hours. This isn't just a metaphor. It's a profound biological truth. And for many of us, as we move past 60, we begin to feel the subtle creeping effects of a cleanup crew that isn't getting its job done. It's that nagging brain fog, the name that's just on the tip of your tongue, or that frustrating feeling that you're simply not as sharp as you used to be. You've likely brushed it off as just a part of getting older. But I'm here to tell you it doesn't have to be. Hello and welcome. I'm Dr. Emily Hart, and I'm here to help you navigate the changes in your body with clarity and compassion. For over 15 years, I've had the privilege of sitting with women just like you, listening to their stories and helping them find simple, powerful ways to reclaim their vitality. This channel is a space for us to do that together. If this is the kind of conversation you've been looking for, please consider subscribing. And before we go any further, I'd love for you to tell me in the comments, where are you watching from? I love knowing where this community of strong women comes together. Today, we are going to pull back the curtain on one of the most important processes for your brain health, a process that is almost entirely dependent on the quality of your sleep. It's called the glymphatic system. Understanding this system is the key to protecting your precious memories, your clarity, and your cognitive health for all the years to come. So let's begin with the foundation, the brain's midnight cleanup crew. We all know what it feels like when our thinking gets a bit fuzzy. You walk into a room and completely forget why you're there. You're in the middle of a story with a friend, and the perfect word just vanishes. This feeling can be incredibly unsettling. It chips away at your confidence and can plant a seed of fear. The fear that you're losing a part of yourself. I remember a wonderful woman I worked with, let's call her Carol. Carol was a vibrant 68-year-old, the heart and soul of her book club. But she came to me because she was starting to feel a sense of dread before their monthly meetings. She confessed, "Emily, I'll be listening to my friends discuss a chapter, and I know I read it, but the details are just gone. I feel like I'm in a fog, and I'm so afraid they'll think I'm not interested, or worse, that I'm losing my mind." Carol was starting to speak less, to pull back, and the joy she once found in her community was being replaced by anxiety. What Carol was experiencing wasn't a personal failing. It was a biological signal. Here's the science made simple. During the day, your brain cells are working hard, and just like any busy city, they produce waste. One of these waste products is a protein called beta-amyloid. You may have heard of it in relation to Alzheimer's disease. Now, imagine your brain is a bustling city. During the day, the streets are packed with traffic, thoughts, signals, and activities. There's no room for a cleaning crew. But at night, when you fall into deep restorative sleep, the city quiets down. This is when the glymphatic system kicks into gear. Your brain cells actually shrink slightly, opening up pathways between them. Then, a special clear liquid called cerebrospinal fluid, or CSF, is pumped through these channels, acting like a powerful rinse cycle. It flushes out the metabolic waste, including that beta-amyloid, washing it away to be disposed of by the body. This is your brain's dedicated janitorial service, its trash collection. And it only works efficiently when you are in the deepest stages of sleep. When sleep is short or fragmented, the trash gets left on the curb. Over time, that buildup can have serious consequences. The first step, the most powerful solution of all, is simply this understanding. Recognizing that sleep isn't a luxury or a passive state of rest. It is an active, essential maintenance process for your mind. When you see sleep through this lens, you stop treating it as something to be squeezed in and start honoring it as a non-negotiable act of self-preservation. This knowledge empowers you to protect your beautiful mind. Now let's talk about the most common obstacle to this vital process. I call it the enemy of deep sleep, the evening routine we mistake for relaxation. So many of us have a nighttime ritual that we believe is helping us wind down, but is actually doing the exact opposite. We might spend the last hour of the day catching up on the news on a tablet, scrolling through photos of our grandchildren on our phones, or watching a bit of television in bed. We think it's calming, but we find ourselves lying awake for hours or waking up at 3 a.m. with a racing mind. We wake up feeling just as tired as when we went to bed, if not more so. I worked with a lovely patient named Sandra, who was a retired teacher. She told me her evening routine was her sacred time. She'd pour a small glass of wine and settle into her favorite armchair with her iPad to read the news and play a few games. She'd tell me, "It's the only way I can shut my brain off." Yet she was plagued by terrible sleep. She'd fall asleep quickly but then bolt awake in the middle of the night, feeling anxious and completely unable to get back to sleep. Her brain wasn't shutting off. It was being sabotaged. Let's look at the science of what was happening. First, the blue light emitted from screens, our phones, tablets, and computers, is a powerful signal to our brains. It essentially tells our internal clock that it's still daytime. This directly suppresses the production of melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. So even if you feel tired, your body isn't getting the chemical go-to-bed signal it needs to initiate deep sleep. Second, that glass of wine. While alcohol can make you feel drowsy and help you fall asleep initially, it's incredibly disruptive to your sleep architecture. It prevents you from entering the deep, restorative stages of sleep, where the glymphatic system does its work. It fragments your sleep, leading to those jarring middle-of-the-night awakenings as your body finishes metabolizing it. Sandra's relaxing routine was actually blocking her brain's ability to clean itself. So what is the solution? It's about creating a true sleep sanctuary, a gentle, intentional transition from your busy day to a night of deep rest. About an hour before you intend to sleep, begin a wind-down ritual. Power down all screens. The news will be there tomorrow. Instead, pick up a physical book or a magazine. Listen to calming music or a guided meditation. Dim the lights in your home to signal to your brain that night is falling. And instead of that glass of wine, try a warm cup of caffeine-free herbal tea, like chamomile, passion flower, or valerian root. The tangible benefit is profound. You're not just likely to fall asleep faster, you're creating the biological conditions necessary for true, deep, brain-cleansing sleep. You are consciously telling your body and your mind that they are safe, that the day is done, and that it is time to rest and repair. You have the power to curate an environment that nurtures your sleep, and in doing so, you nurture your mind. And if you're finding this information helpful, please don't keep it to yourself. Consider sharing this video with a friend, a sister, or another woman in your life who you know deserves to feel her best. Finally, our last point is just as crucial. It's about the daytime habits that power your nightly brainwash. What we do during the day has a massive impact on how we sleep at night. Many women I speak with struggle with an afternoon slump, that wave of fatigue that hits around 2 or 3 p.m. The common response is to reach for a cup of coffee and something sweet for a quick jolt of energy. We think we're solving the problem of tiredness, but we're actually creating a cycle that disrupts our sleep later on. A patient of mine, Diane, was a perfect example. She loved her garden, but by late afternoon, she felt too exhausted to even go outside and pull a few weeds. To get through the rest of the day, she'd have a strong coffee and a couple of biscuits. She'd get a temporary lift, but she would often find herself feeling wired and jittery at bedtime, unable to settle down. The science here is twofold. First, our bodies have an internal 24-hour clock called the circadian rhythm. This rhythm is powerfully regulated by light. Getting exposure to natural daylight, especially in the morning, helps to anchor this clock, promoting wakefulness during the day and sleepiness at night. When we stay indoors all day, our bodies can get confused. Gentle movement during the day also helps. A brisk walk, some stretching, or time spent gardening increases circulation and helps build up something called sleep pressure, which is your body's natural drive to sleep at night. Second, our diet plays a huge role. That sugary snack Diane was having caused her blood sugar to spike and then crash, leading to more fatigue and cravings. These blood sugar fluctuations can also persist into the night, sometimes causing awakenings as your body tries to re-regulate. The solution is to be mindful of your daily rhythm. Make it a priority to get at least 15 to 20 minutes of natural daylight. A gentle morning or afternoon walk is one of the best things you can do for your sleep quality. If you feel that afternoon slump, instead of caffeine and sugar, try a small snack that combines protein and fiber like a handful of almonds and an apple or some Greek yogurt. This will stabilize your blood sugar and give you sustained energy. Also, consider incorporating magnesium-rich foods into your diet, things like leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and dark chocolate. Magnesium is a beautiful mineral that helps calm the nervous system and is essential for deep sleep. What you do at 2 in the afternoon profoundly affects how your brain functions at 2 in the morning. Every small, healthy choice you make during the day is an investment in the clarity and health of your mind that night. This isn't about perfection. It's about gentle, consistent care. You hold so much power in your hands. The health of your brain is not just a matter of chance or genetics. It is deeply influenced by the small, loving choices you make every single day. Your mind is a treasure, a beautiful library of your life's experiences, your wisdom, and your love. Protecting it is one of the most important acts of self-care you can practice. You are worthy of deep restorative rest. You are worthy of a clear and vibrant mind. Remember that you are the primary steward of your own well-being. I'd love to hear from you. In the comments below, please share one small, gentle change you plan to make to your routine after hearing this. Will it be switching to a book before bed? Or taking a morning walk? Let's inspire one another. Until next time, be well and be so very kind to yourself.